Now, the US military wants to build a large new radar site in Britain to track targets in deep space. It comes amid growing concerns about a space arms race. The US and Britain have accused China and Russia of developing weapons to shoot down satellites. The US Space Force is developing a global radar system to identify potential threats up to 22,000 miles in space. As well as the UK, other sites will include Texas and Australia. Our defence correspondent Jonathan Beale reports.
The race in space is already underway, not just for commercial ventures like Virgin Galactic with its recent maiden voyage, but for nations too.
3, 2, we have ignition.
Last year, the US military launched another 10 satellites into space. America also now has its own Space Force, not least to protect the systems we now all use, such as GPS location.
There are threats in space. I'd say the two countries that are most threatening are China and Russia. There have been anti-satellite missiles that have been developed.
America already has early warning systems to detect ballistic missiles, including the Fylingdales radar in North Yorkshire. Now the US wants to build a new radar system for deep space. And one of the new sites could be in the UK.
What could end up in the UK is an array of parabolic antennas. And it could be anywhere from 10 to 15 for tracking and potentially 4 to 6 for transmitting.
So it would cover a large area, would it?
Cover a large area for the receive side, probably an area of 1 kilometer in diameter.
The Deep Space Advanced Radar capability, which will be able to detect an object the size of a football up to 36,000 kilometers away, is being developed here in California. One of the sites visited by the British Defence Secretary this week, who wants to strengthen cooperation on space, not least to protect critical national infrastructure.
Space is a growing domain for both commerce, but also to protect all the key national infrastructure that we need to in today's world. It is under threat in some areas. Our adversaries are weaponizing space, and so we have to make sure at the very least we're providing resilience.
The locations of the Deep Space Radar capability, or DARC for short, have still to be agreed. But one of the sites being considered by the US Space Force is in the south of England or Scotland, as well as in Texas and Australia. It may prove controversial, but the government's made clear it wants Britain to be in the vanguard of efforts to keep space safe. Jonathan Beale, BBC News, Los Angeles.